Hello, how you guys doing? So we have a lot of update with Carmelo Anthony. It is several things I would love to show you guys and take you on. Before we get into it, I gotta let you guys know what's going on here. Carmelo Anthony, he was a 17-year-old boy that had so many hopes and dreams. He was educated. He worked hard, y'all. His family just moved to Texas. So he's sitting on a bench. You know, he's under a tent with fellow kids. Everybody is fine. Everybody's getting along good, y'all. Everything is so peaceful. It's raining. We're just waiting for the rain to clear. So everything is fine until the Dark Lord comes. Until Austin comes with his dark energy and his posse. He came up there picking at Carmelo, trying to find a problem, and he found an answer. And he's gone. So a lot of people been talking about it. They was like, well, you know what? Them boys, the METCALF boys, you know they like to be on that stuff. I said, what are you talking about? They said, you didn't know? I was like, well, let me think about it. When I was young, and I'm watching TV and movies now, I mean, it is a lot of young people that are doing a lot of young stuff. Like they're doing a lot of rugs. They're doing a lot of smoking. They're doing a lot of drinking. I mean, they're doing all that. And I was like, okay. So you trying to tell me Austin and his brothers and stuff, they was on some stuff? That's why they walked up there and trying to start some stuff like they was Superman. And people was telling me, yeah, they was on some stuff. I said, whoa. So I said, well, Carmelo didn't unalive him. It was from that substance. It's another George Floyd. Just like when they was like, oh yeah, the cop didn't unalive him. George Floyd was on fentanyl, and that's what did it. I said, well, damn, we got another case like that, huh? They was like, yeah, that's what it seemed to be. I said, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. What do y'all think? Do y'all think that's possible? Press 2 if you guys feel like it is possible. Press 7 if you don't believe and you feel like it is not possible. I have tons of videos that are talking about Austin METCALF elite autopsy that I would love to get into. If you guys are here and you guys see me, hear me, can you please press a 2 in the comment section? Can you please also get the likes up? I really would appreciate that, okay? All right. And the link is here. If anybody want to come up here and speak, feel free to do so. So this is what they're telling me. Then I went to another content creator, and they are saying about Hunter, the brother. They were saying it's the brother's fault. I said, what? I said, hold on. Hold on. So you mean to tell me they got a black man and they're locking him up and he's innocent? That's what it looked like. That's what it looked like. So we are here to talk about it, to see what's really going on. So what I'm going to do here, let's go here. Let me see if I can. Where's the sound at? Give me 1 second.
Apparently, there's a leak. Secret. So apparently, there's a leaked autopsy of Austin METCALF, and this autopsy report isn't just now being leaked. It been out from the moment the incident happened. I couldn't believe what my eyes were seeing, but that's why it pays to look up information for yourself. This autopsy report gave his name, date of birth, place of death, cause of death.
All right, so I'm not gonna put his information up there. I cannot stand when people put information up there. I'm not gonna do that. So
Anthony allegedly didn't actually unalive Austin METCALF. No, Austin METCALF unalived himself because they found substances on his autopsy, and that's why he passed, and not something to the heart, allegedly. This is what we're going with. To grasp at any straws they can, a leaked autopsy report is going viral. So Carmelo Anthony allegedly didn't actually unalive Austin METCALF. No, that says actually Austin had substance in his system and he OD'd from it. And
ooh, did y'all hear that? Did y'all hear that? He has substance in his system and OD from it. That is exactly what I heard. And you see all these reports. Now they're trying to hint like, this ain't real. This ain't real. That's why I got to bring it up to you guys. Do you guys think this is real? Do you think it's possible? They're trying to say this was out here for a long time. That's why I got to bring it up to you. I want to know what you guys think about this. All right, so I'm going to continue to play it. Put in the comment section, what do you guys think? Tell me.
That's why he died. And the secondary cause was a puncture to the heart. Problem is, it's fake. Not only is it fake, it's super fake, because I got this from the Black Information Network from, look, April 2025, who was quoting CBS saying, hey, this fake report is going around. And let's just entertain he did, because they could say, oh, well, he broke the rules too, because even though KARMELO brought something he shouldn't, he had things in his system he wasn't allowed to. Let's entertain.
Time out. What? I don't understand, y'all. He brought something he shouldn't. Is it illegal to bring a slice and dice to have that with you? Is that illegal? If it's illegal, why didn't they have the detectors? It's not illegal to have that with him. Y'all need to stop that shit.
What's worse, high school kids having substances and partying versus a high school kid unaliving somebody? So KARMELO.
He didn't unalive nobody. He was protecting his damn self. It was self-defense. He's not going around murking somebody. Do you know what it is to murk somebody? Murking somebody is when you have intention and you are targeting someone and you want to unalive them. That is murking somebody. That's what you call an unaliver. Somebody that say, damn, I can't stand them. Yeah, I want to get them up out of the game. Yeah, they got to get off the board. So you get them off the board. That was not this. This was a group of boys coming up, putting paws on KARMELO, bullying him, and he was scared and he was defending himself. And God took him out of here. We got to blame God for everything. It's God's will, right? Right? It's God's will. Press 1 if it's God's will. If God wanted Austin to be here, he would have been here. It's God's will. God's will be done. And you still got to give him praise because you can't question God's will. It was God's will. So let's not forget, God is in control of everything.
Secret Service Sam here, and there is a fake autopsy report video going around. About 1 million people have sent it to me, and I don't believe that he passed from MDMA, Molly, all these other things in his system, and then secondary was the stabbing. I think it is very, very important that we only spread facts. I understand people are quick wanting to get the information out. Look, I've made mistakes in my past of reporting, but I'm always quick to update it and say, look, I was wrong. That is so important. You're only as good as your last video. And so I don't believe this to be real. I did a simple Google search and it told me it was fake. Now, I did go on the Collins County Registrar, the court website, which all of you guys can do, and I requested to get this autopsy. But as you can see here, I believe the DA has said they are not letting this autopsy out. So we have to.
All right. So why aren't they letting the autopsy out? Probably because he has some stuff in his system. I believe he did have some stuff in his system. Because why are they not letting it out? Something is off here. So,
So KARMELO Anthony allegedly didn't.
All right, so boom, this is the autopsy for Austin Metcalf.
Why do they keep on playing all that damn music? I don't need to hear the music when you guys are talking. It's distracting.
Hey y'all, did you know this? Word on the street is that METCALF autopsy report has been released. Did you know that it said the primary reason for his demise is overdose?
OD. They say he OD. So that is what's going on out here. They're saying that You know, his autopsy is out here and he did OD'd. It's given another, remember how they was trying to say George Floyd? Yeah. Austin Metcalf autopsy OD'd. Metcalf autopsy OD'd. OD. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So also, why have you guys here? I also want to take a step away and go here. Now, this YouTuber is saying that Hunter McCaff is responsible for his brother's death, and I want to hear what she has to say.
I feel like this is giving me a different vibe. These are super duper cute.
These commercials are getting on my nerves, y'all. I promise y'all. So if you guys are in here, please get these likes up. Please comment. I don't know why I cannot see the comments. If you guys are saying something, let me know. All right. So this guy is coming up. Let me put this up here. Let's see what they're talking about.
Yes, you cannot make this up. There is more video of Hunter Metcalf as they walk into the stadium. Y'all seen that? He runs past Austin Metcalf.
I want you guys to follow this guy. I'm not sure where the different footages come from, but I would assume in, different establishments, they have KARMELO.
When they walk up, you'll see the two in front branch off.
Now we understand why they were coming through that gate like this. This was a planned attack. This was not no.
But didn't I tell y'all that? Y'all need Lakeisha, and everybody else to tell y'all what I've been telling y'all. They already was doing this. Somebody under the tent, and I believe it was Eddie. I'm going to throw his ass under the bus. Eddie then text Austin and them and say, hey, y'all, I got him here. It was a ritual. It was a sacrifice. They wanted that Eddie mixed kid to sacrifice a black kid so he can fit in with the white boys, so he can get the white card and the white privileges. That's what that was about. So he set KARMELO ass up. He was the one that told KARMELO to come over to the tent, dog. Soon as KARMELO over there come to the tent, then that's when he hurried up and he texts Austin, yeah, I got his black ass here now. He's right here under the tent, just like you wanted him. So the white boys, they was going to come and they was going to all jump on his ass and record it and to put it out there just to let the world know, they got another one, because, they don't like blacks because they see them as, monkeys and stuff like that. He even said it. Y'all seen that monkey post he said about a monkey. If he see a monkey show up to a track meet, what he was going to do. So, honey, that's what that was. That's why they was just walking. And soon as they got there, what did they do? Start putting hands on KARMELO. Start touching KARMELO. It ain't right, y'all. It ain't right. Come on in here. One wish for us. How you doing, boo? Have you heard the FBI getting involved? It should have been involved. I need y'all to start commenting too. Yes, thank you, girl. A dad cooking up delicious cookies. Hit that like button. Yeah, I'm gonna make you a moderator. How you coming?
Situation that just happened. We all saw those boys coming through that gate, and they came through that gate on something. Okay.
Yeah, they was on a mission. And then not only that, people are saying they on some rugs. And these football players be using rugs. They be using testosterone boosters so they can get stronger, because they said the McCaff boys, they was not all that when playing football, so they felt like, okay, how can I compete against the black boys? Because, the black men, they are very, very strong. Why? Because God gave them the strength. God gave the black man more testosterone and more strength in his body. That's what God did. God did not make everybody equal. I'm sorry to tell y'all. We all different heights, all different intelligence, all different everything. So they was like, well, Let me put some testosterone in my system to make me strong and all that. They said, fuck eating them Wheaties. Do y'all remember back in the day, it was like, eat your Wheaties, it's going to make you stronger. Bullshit. Do y'all remember it was like, drink milk, it's going to make you stronger? Bullshit. Drinking milk did not make you stronger. Shit, drinking milk gave my ass diarrhea. I'm allergic to milk. Why are they forcing me to drink milk when I'm allergic? My black ass is allergic to milk, y'all. Press one if you're allergic to milk. Milk ain't good for me and a lot of black people. I'm allergic to it. So no, milk do not make your bones strong. It give me gas. That's what milk does to me. Y'all should have made a commercial about how milk give me gas, okay? And I can relate to that. So anyway, let me go ahead.
Is the one that goes up and confronts Carmelo Anthony first. Austin is in the back. Now,
Walking right here. The only throws I see in bullies are the ones that go straight up into the gap. You see that? Those are the ones that.
Ooh, did you see that? They went right into the tent and started bullying Carmelo. That it was planned. It was planned. No way you get to a new tent and you just charging Carmelo. When you get to a tent, you just gonna sit your ass down. You gonna sit your ass down with your people, and that's it. But he went directly to Carmelo. You look for a problem. You wanted to pick with him. You wanted to fight him. And that's why you pushed him, because you wanted a fight. That is why you pushed him. You wanted to fight. No, he didn't care about his ass being under the tent. Nobody cares about Carmelo being under the tent. And y'all so silly. Y'all gonna run with the shit they giving y'all. Well, he shouldn't have been under that tent. Why was he under that tent? Nobody gives a fuck about nobody being under the goddamn tent. Hell, nobody. They didn't go around looking to see, okay, who all belongs here and who does not. They wasn't doing no head count. It was other people under that tent that not belong to that school too. It's always different people from different schools that's under the damn tent. Stop it. And I'm so irritated that y'all goofies, anytime they say some shit, y'all gonna run with, well, they are right. Think for yourself. Damn, y'all can't think? Nobody cares about nobody being under the tent. Hell, they didn't want his black ass. They wanted a problem with his black ass, and they used that as an excuse to F with him. And he was not allowing them to F with him, so he protected himself. And whoop, there it is. Whoop, there it is. And God was with him. Hell, if God wanted Austin to be here, God, he would be here, right? It's God's will. God is in control of everything. So let's not go there.
the two branches off. Hunter goes up and is the one that confronts Carmelo Anthony first, standing over him. While Austin comes up and he goes around to the left side of Anthony.
I know y'all seen it. Yes, he is pressing Carmelo Anthony. You cannot make this up. It is real ugly, as witnesses said that Austin Metcalf said something first. You are watching Austin Metcalf walk behind as Hunter Metcalf runs past him up in.
Yeah, and I cannot stand that music he got in the background.
You cannot make this up. It's going.
So what I want to get into, guys, I want to switch gears here. We're going to jump into the interview.
Reckless. And my brother stopped it and said, "You need to move." And he's like, "Make me move."
We asked them to move, and he was talking reckless. So
that's a lie. Why do y'all believe this white boy? He's lying. He's lying. Everything he said out of his mouth, he's lying. He didn't come up there to ask him, "Can you please move?" Who storms a tent to say, "Excuse me, can you please move? Do you mind? Do you please move?" No, it wasn't like they were sitting in assignment seats and Carmelo was sitting in an assigned seat. They went there targeting him, and they made him say this shit on TV. All this right here, all the story he got, it's all made up. It's all made up. It is all made up. Y'all believe anything. Y'all so goofy. Y'all are goofy as hell. Y'all believe this lying ass boy? He's lying right here. And his white adults and people over him is the one that's pushing him to lie. Okay, because they got to win the case. All right, it's bigger than him. That's what they telling him. You got to do it for the white race. Hello.
First of all, when you use words like talking reckless and you don't go into descriptive as to what happened, especially in a situation where somebody lost their lives, especially your brother, you are lying. If they would have got an analyst, like I don't know what those people call, but they can look at your facial expressions, they can go into how you're speaking. This Negro is lying. This boy is lying. Listen to what he says, how Carmelo just sat there and yeah, he was just talking reckless. Did we not just see the video where he walked in and you can see him run up and he was pressing him for whatever reason? And this is why he looks like this. It's very difficult for a liar to look you in your eyes because they know that they're lying. And I guess it's the trick of the brain, like, oh, you're lying. But this.
No, he was just lying. He was lying. You guys get the likes up. Come on. And no matter how bad he lied, the Republican Party, because this is political, they was going to run with it. Oh my God, did you hear that? Oh my, you know how they love to put on and act and all fake and phony. You know how they do. You know how they do. But we need the likes up here more. We only got 36 likes. Let's get to 100 likes for KARMELO. And I need y'all to hit that link. Y'all need to start coming up here. And I need to hear y'all voices too. Because my voice is not enough. We a movement. We got to keep on having Carmelo Anthony in the algorithm so they know we are not to be played with. Because as soon as we be quiet, then things get kind of funny. We only got our voice. We don't got power like they got power. We don't got millions and trillions of dollars and lobbyists and agendas working for our behalf. We are all we got, y'all. So I need all of y'all to hit that like. We are all we got. Do you understand that? Do you understand that? All right, so let's go.
This boy is lying. Keep in mind, in 2 separate interviews, he said different things. In his April 2nd interview, he said, we asked him to move, not Austin. So if Austin didn't ask him to move, which they later said Austin did it, I mean, make it make sense. Then before, it was him. April 3rd, the next day, Hunter said he was the first to approach Carmelo. That is what we're seeing in this video. He was the first to approach Carmelo. Austin then stepped up and tried to pretty much help with the problem. Hunter also said he grabbed the bag. It is very unclear who he refers to. We know at the trial, multiple witnesses testified that Hunter was not involved. How interesting. Coerced witnesses. Hunter was not involved. Hunter said out of his own mouth he was involved. Per what we see on the camera, he was involved. So why are they not?
See how they lie? You see that? Hunter ass was there. He was involved. He was the first one that stepped to Carmelo. So I understand when she says it is his fault because the lead ringer was Hunter. Hunter was the lead ringer. So Hunter, you're going to have to live with this. This is your fault, dude. Okay, you was a ringleader. You wanted to show up. You wanted to give a performance. Okay, and both of you brothers, need to leave people alone. Period. As that, because he was not bothering you sitting under that damn tent. Okay, he ain't bothering you.
Not showing us the conclusive camera. Like, why are we seeing broken off pieces? Why do you guys think? They're saying Carmelo is guilty. We're not talking about what he was convicted of because we know that whole entire system was corrupt. If Carmelo did what they said he did, why don't we have a visual video that we don't have to blow up and, stop and start to try to ascertain what is actually happening in that video?
Also grabbed his backpack. The kid, I tried to whip around as fast as I could, but I didn't see the stab. But then I looked at my brother, and I'm not going to talk about the rest. So just that's just what I saw. And I tried to help him, but
it was just senseless.
It was really senseless. Really.
I believe the state never called him because either he did it, or Eddie did it, or maybe Carson did it. But at the end of the day, if he didn't do it, he knows who did it. Look at this boy's eyes. Look at it. The eyes, they say the eyes is the seat to what do they say? The eyes is the seat to your soul. This guy is hiding something. I think another reason why he was not put on the stand is some people, and I believe this would have happened to him. I believe this dude would have cracked under pressure. I believe he would have broke down.
Well, they should have had his ass on the stand. Let his ass crack like an egg. Crack? I want to see him crack. Yeah. So if y'all coming up here, they're saying that the autopsy was not real, but it said that he OD'd. And I even though they say it ain't real, I still think it got some truth to it. And the real autopsy, they can't put it out there. For why? Because why? Because he got some shit in his system. It's some shit in that system. Press 1 if you believe Austin got some stuff in that system. That's what it is. That's why they hiding it now. Yeah.
You should not be impressed with Carmelo.
3 hours. That is all it.
You should not be impressed with Carmelo Anthony's appeals team, and here is why. If you don't know who this person is, right here.
3.
You should not be impressed with Carmelo Anthony's appeals team, and
they said she over there pushing out false information. I can't stand this thing. I can't touch this a little bit.
Austin was a bully. That's why he got stabbed. Y'all don't want to take accountability with that.
That's right. Somebody telling the truth. Damn. It take a black woman to tell y'all? Damn, she telling the truth.
Secret Service Sam here.
I didn't want Secret Service Sam.
Austin was a bully.
Do you guys think that Austin and them twins was a bully? Press 4 if they was a bully. Press 7 if you disagree.
That's why he got stabbed. Y'all don't want to take accountability with that. What happened to disciplinary action? Because people know good and well if they had a child and the school called them saying, oh, your child is bullying somebody. You know good and well you're not going to be like, oh my gosh, you deserve to be stabbed for that. Another student should have stabbed you for bullying them. No, you're not going to say that. You're going to try to give them a pep talk, give them a life 101 lesson at maximum. You're not going to tell your child, oh my gosh, you bullied someone? Should have gotten stabbed. You did what? The other child should have stabbed you, son.
Now, what's she going about? I don't know what she hitting at, but it ain't it, boo. If you are bullying somebody, they're going to defend themselves. And if it's a stab, if it's a pow, if it's a pot on your head, it is what it is. You know, God's will. Let's not leave God out. If God wanted Austin to still be here, he would be here. You know, God's will. God knows everything. God took Austin home. And I think that's what you guys are mad about. You know, God take his own people home when he want to. You know, you can't question that. But Carmelo is not a murderer. He was defending himself. That's all that was.
The grainy video is shown to jurors, but it was shown in 4K clear to the people that witnessed it. No witness on that stand had that little man's back. None, 0 out of 21 people being questioned.
Time out. Black people logic. She said not 21 people and not one of them said that Carmelo Anthony was innocent. Ma'am, that should tell you all you need to know. You had white, you had black, you had eyewitnesses who were there that said Carmelo Anthony was wrong. And your logic says they all wrong. Everybody wrong? Roll the clip.
When did they say that? I didn't see no shit. Nobody said Carmelo was wrong. You talking about the jury or you talking about the kids? And shit, if you talking about the jury, all that shit was rigged. That was rigged. Everybody know that.
Come on, man, I'm done with all of that. I feel the same way about white people, the same way they feel about my people. Yeah, try one of us.
I mean, even just following the case.
Oh, so you talking about murdering somebody?
No one was ever defending murder.
Me, a grainy video is shown to.
Why did my TikTok always doing this? You talking about murdering somebody? Shit, y'all do whole genocides. What are you talking about? The Republican Party do a whole genocide. If you are defending yourself, you're defending yourself. Now, if that person happened to die and God take them, that's between them and God. They don't got nothing to do with me or anybody else. You're defending yourself. You can punch somebody back and they can be unalived by a punch, but if God took them out of here, they took them out of here. Have you guys heard about that story about that girl? She fought people when she got off the bus and she won the fight, but on her way home, she died. I guess she fell out and died. So, God's going to take his own when he want to take his own.
Oh, they got him. They got him clear as day in that video. Carmelo Anthony's new lawyers are doing what they need to do for that boy. So now we have another video, more clear. So the video that was released was gritty, grimy, looked chopped up, and we all knew something was off about this video because these were the worst.
They edited the video. That's what they do when they trying to protect their kind. They're going to edit the video. They're going to manipulate the video. They do this all the time. Nothing new, So that's what they did. That is exactly what they did.
Cameras on earth or somebody intentionally put out a bad video. So with this new video, you see Hunter approaching Carmelo. Hunter pretty much said that he wasn't involved and he didn't have nothing to do with this, saying that Carmelo was pretty much just acting crazy after him and Austin had a conversation and there was some light pushing. They never called Hunter to the stand for a reason, obviously, because they're lying. Now, it's tragic that a kid had to lose their life in this whole scenario. But now we're at a whole nother point where this is about lying. This is about you railroading a black child into a prison sentence. This is about the system doing what it has always done, specifically to black people, which is unjust. And now while crime will always be committed and people will always go to prison, how people are being sentenced is just as important. And this country has a long history of doing unjust things to black and brown people. We will be following this case. Like, comment, and repost for more. Make sure you state your thoughts and how you like his new legal team.
Carmelo's new defense team is on their...
Oh, they got him.
Carmelo's new defense team is on their job, baby. Because now the full clip and clear footage of what happened in those stands is out. And Hunter, you told a little fib, didn't you?
He always telling lies. Hunter is a liar. Say it with me, y'all. Hashtag Hunter is a liar. He's a liar.
Turns out Hunter is the one that walked right up to Carmelo Anthony. But directly after the incident happened, Hunter went on the news and he said that they sat down and Carmelo was yelling things at them. That never happened. And we know it didn't happen because we have video footage that it never happened. We have video footage.
And listen, y'all, if they have to lie, nobody lies about being a victim. You're not a victim. If you got to lie to make yourself a victim, your ass is not a victim. Press 1 if you know that. If you a real victim, you don't got to lie. You just tell your story. It is what it is. You don't got to make up stories. You don't got to be nervous and look around and try to coerce people and get this right and get that right. That is what them whites doing. Okay, because they are lying because they ain't no damn victim. This is all a stage. This is all an act. That's what they good at, acting, performing. This is all a performance.
Of Hunter walking directly up to Carmelo, not Austin, which completely contradicts what Hunter said on the news. This is why they never called Hunter to the stand. And that defense lawyer screwed over Carmelo Anthony. There's no doubt in my mind that all of them are in on this shit together. And they railroaded Carmelo. And that is the reason why they never let Hunter get on the stand. But that new team, baby, oh, they're not playing. And Hunter, you're going to go to jail. Hunter's going to go to jail. And that is exactly what should have happened in the first place. Carmelo's new defense team is on their job, baby, because now the full clip and clear footage of what happened in
Carmelo Anthony and Austin Metcalf. This is not about guilt or innocence. This video is about Carmelo's parents. When that young man was found guilty, his parents automatically left. They left him there alone. They never supported him, ever. As soon as that guilty verdict came down, they left.
Oh my godness. Do y'all hear this shit? What do y'all got to say about this?
They friend was gonna have their back and lie and say that they didn't. This is why everybody changed their stories around. This is why, because they're friends, y'all. And they go way back. They're all friends. This is crazy on so many levels, don't make no sense. And it says when everybody's in the same circle, the truth starts sounding different. Yeah. Yeah, it does. Starts all everybody agrees. They all were friends. Everybody that in that tent knew each other. And y'all think that they wasn't gonna get their story together on what they was gonna say to get to court when they got to court? All these people are friends. All of these people lie under oath. And this is what I was talking about when I was telling y'all. Excuse me, y'all. When I was telling y'all that how in the world could they believe them? 21 witnesses and all of them was people under the tent. They were from his school. They were all going to get together. Excuse me, y'all. They were all going to get together and they were all going to say what they're told. What they were told. And this is what they did. This is why a lot of them that was someone telling the truth when they first asked them questions, everything changed. That whole story flip-flopped and changed. So y'all, how could they just, the jury just believe this? And then they kept away the video of everything that was going on under the tent. And they just told them what that was going on in the blurry video. They didn't show them the clear video of these guys all walking up to him to jump him. And y'all, so stay tuned. Stay tuned. More and more information is being leaked. More and more evidence is coming out about.
What's a kid doing at a track meet with a weapon? What's he doing there with a knife? Whether he should have been in that tent or not.
Oh my godness. Why shouldn't he have something to protect him? What is he doing there with a knife? Protecting himself. If you're a grown-ass man and you got to have a gun to go to different places, you a kid, you're more vulnerable. Why wouldn't you have protection? You're in public, all these school shootings. At the school, you're more likely to be unalive at a school than you are at your home, because all these schools killings and shooting and all these fights at these schools is not it's not safe for these kids at the school. All the bullying y'all doing, y'all don't have any anti-bullying programs in this school. Y'all don't teach y'all kids to be anti-bullies. Y'all support it. Y'all love when y'all boys are bullies. Y'all think that make them more of a man. So miss me with that, Phil. So I want to know, what do y'all think about this? Hit that link. I'm not going to be here all night. I want to know y'all thoughts right here. Okay. Yeah, uh-huh.
Hey guys, so
all right, so I'm going to go here and I want to do I want to put up what's the latest with Carmelo Anthony. What did I say? Anthony Carmelo.
Carmelo Anthony's new defense team is unlikely to overturn his murder conviction, and here is why.
The devil is a lie. Look at them eyebrows. But besides that, you see how they got him? The devil is a lie. The devil is a lie. Do y'all want to hear what she say or nah? Okay. Ooh, they got so many people pushing propaganda against him. So many, y'all. So many pushing propaganda against him, especially black people. And as soon as they do it, the algorithm gon' push them up there. Yeah, it's an algorithm.
Why would y'all lie after seeing what happened under the tent?
I can't do that music. I cannot do that music.
New York Post, you should be ashamed of yourself. You really should. To refer to Carmelo Anthony's legal team as Carmelo's supporters, high profile supporters. Really? Is this what we doing now in the media? Yeah. When it comes to the white lawyers, you give them their respect as it relates to their credentials. But when it comes to African American lawyers, you call them Carmelo Anthony supporters? Are you freaking kidding me? Put some fucking respect on their name. New York Post, you should be ashamed of yourself. You really should. To refer to Carmelo Anthony's legal team as Carmelo's supporters, high profile supporters.
I had done a post some time ago about the fact that I am not necessarily a fan about the way that Texas does sentencing or allows sentencing, that it can allow a jury to make a sentence over an individual who finds themselves convicted after a trial. The reason I don't like this is not because sometimes you can get a softer sentence, but I worry about the fact that we do not take the goals of the criminal justice system into consideration. So you say, what does that mean? Well, first of all, everybody just assumes that mass incarceration is the only way to go. Throwing people inside of prison is the only way to solve society's ills. The criminal justice system has 5 goals, and every judge, every person, every lawyer, every prosecutor all understands these and utilizes them. But sometimes we forget them when we're trying to do a sentence over somebody, whether they plea or whether they are found guilty at trial. The 5 goals: retribution, number 1. This is proportional penalty. This is what society feels as though somebody needs as a result of what they have done wrong. If you push somebody in a bar, how much time do you need? Or do you need a fine? Or do you need a penalty? If you stab somebody, what should you need? This is society. And this is the one you almost always hear, that people say, well, he killed somebody, he needs to spend his life because they'll never get to see their kid. You hear that one a lot, but you have to take the other goals. And these aren't just mine. These are the goals of the criminal justice system. Deterrence. What sentence is necessary but not greater than needed to deter future conduct by this person, and make sure that this person will say, you know what, I'm not likely to be in this situation ever again. Incapacitation, that's the easy one. How long do we need to put this person in jail if necessary? What is necessary to achieve the goals of the criminal justice system? Rehabilitation, this is the big one. Can this person be salvaged? Can a 17-year-old child be salvaged? Can they be fixed? Can they be rehabilitated? Can we give them a penalty that makes sure that down the road they can still be, here's the phrase, productive member of society? Are we saying there's nothing we could do? The only thing that's going to make this person be good again is a 35-year sentence. And restoration. This is to repair the harm to the victims and or to the community caused by your action. That's a hard one. Like, what is it going to take to restore what you have done wrong? The point is, we need to take all of those goals. When you're sitting out there arguing with individuals and they're just like, well, 35 years is too much or 35 years is not enough. Go through the goals of the criminal justice system and say, you know what? I think blank based upon these goals. It's creating an intelligent discussion that you can have with individuals and not creating a fight. And you're saying, well, the criminal justice system has specific goals. How are they achieved by that number? I had done a post some time ago about the fact that I am not necessarily a fan about the way that
Austin Metcalf's the victim, the deceased.
See, people online are saying, I don't understand why everyone is mad. And
Keep your hands to yourself. It's simple. He needs life. How wasn't this murder? The primary issue here is not specifically his guilt or innocence. The issue is why this system keeps finding nuance when sentencing some people and using a sledgehammer when sentencing others. Carmelo was 17 years old when this happened. He was convicted and sentenced to 35 years. But Case and Allison was another Texas teenager in another fatal school stabbing. And he was also charged with murder, but he got convicted of criminally negligent homicide and got 10 years. And Jesus San Miguel, another Texas teenager, another fatal stabbing, he was found guilty of criminally negligent homicide, but he got 10 years of probation and 30 days in jail. So it's not just did Carmelo stab someone? The question is, why does one teenager get treated like a murderer, another like a tragic accident, and another gets sent home on probation? And before somebody performs their little, why does everything have to be about race routine, the U.S. Sentencing Commission found that black males receive longer sentences than white males. So this is not imagination or race baiting or people just being dramatic. It's data. And since it's relevant, a burning cross was found in Grant Park in Chicago today, in broad daylight. So spare me the fairy tale about how racism is over and people are overreacting. And the cowards that burned that cross, they didn't stand there proudly. They didn't make some brave public argument. They lit the cross and ran, because that's what these people are. They're fucking cowards. They want the intimidation of racism without the accountability of being racist. And that's the country this Carmelo conversation is happening in. So when people look at a 35-year sentence and compare it to a white teenager who got a lesser conviction and lighter punishment for the same crime and say something is wrong here, stop pretending like you need a law degree to understand the point. The point is fairness. The point is consistency. The point is that justice and sentencing should not come with an adjustment based on race. Fair sentencing should not be a partisan issue. It should not be controversial to say that two kids who commit comparable crimes should face comparable consequences. And if your response to that is anger, maybe you should ask yourself why fairness pisses you off so much.
And remember, I'm not the dark left. Together, we're the dark left, the defiant left. Please join us in helping to call out the bullshit and bring some sanity back to the conversation.
And see, people online are saying, I don't understand. Whew, honey, what are y'all thoughts about this? All right, well, I'm going to get on out of here. Are y'all going to hit this link? I need y'all to hit this link. The attorney, it'd be great if y'all can hit the link. I stay on longer if y'all hit this link. But we want to hear from y'all. You know, I built this channel so we can have community. So I really want to know what you guys think about this, okay?
I'm so glad that everybody is watching the Carmelo Anthony case because
I cannot stand when y'all come and do this goddamn music.
I think I have a theory on what happened. Now, there's so many pieces of this puzzle of what happened that doesn't actually make sense because there's a lot of lying involved, and we haven't seen the transcripts of the courts. We haven't heard directly from Carmelo himself. But based off the video that was first dropped, there are two videos that were first dropped. There was the edited version, and there was the one that wasn't as clear. It was still blurry, but it was a lot more the actual thing that happened, right? There was an actual fight. That whole push and poke, that was literally edited, like the most edited shit. If you really look, that was very fucking edited. The real version was both twins were on either side of Carmelo. You know, Carmelo's only 5'8". They're both 6'1". So he didn't really show on screen, but it was just this violent 4 to 5 seconds of fighting, and there were punches being thrown. You could see in the beginning, Carmelo's.
You heard that? Punches being thrown. Them white boys came in there throwing punches because they already wanted to get down. They wanted to get down. You know, this is what they wanted. This is what they wanted. Press 1 if this is what they wanted, y'all. They wanted to get down, right? Right? Ooh, that's what they wanted. Uh-huh. Yes, indeed.
Being held in a headlock on the left, and the other twin throws the first punch, a very powerful punch, and now it's just a bunch of punching on both sides. But before Carmelo crawls out, he tries to escape, and then he's snatched back by the person on the left. I think that is when he goes and grabs the poker, because he didn't have his hand in a bag, because there was no bag. They took it. Austin took the bag. Hunter admitted, and his father. Hunter and his father both said in those interviews.
Now, why are you taking somebody's stuff? First of all, you grab a bag, you push me,
And you talking to me reckless, and you punching me. Y'all just left the punching out, but they was punching on him, and that's why he defended himself. Who punches somebody and snatched their bag away from you? That is an attack. They attacked him. Anybody snatching anything of mine, that's an attack. Anytime you walk up into my face and you invade my space and you putting your hands on me, that is an attack. I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Hell, did y'all know it's a pastor? He was beating this man up, and y'all justify that. The man said he was going to do something to his wife. He ain't even touched the man, but the pastor done whooped his ass. And y'all okay with that? You know what I'm saying? He defended himself. Everybody going to defend themselves differently. Y'all just mad because he's dead. Talk to God about that. Blame God. If God wanted him to stay alive, he would have stayed alive. Look, Tupac got shot how many times and he was still alive? 50 Cent got shot how many times and he was still alive? You know how many people survive a lot of shots and stuff like that? It's because God, you know? God. You know what I'm saying? If God wants you to still be here, God will bless you to be here.
That Austin took his bag. So there's no way that he had a hand in the bag. And so, in fact, all that shit was some bullshit, because there's no way he had his hand in the bag if the bag was taken. And it's on the video too. It's very blurry, but the bag was taken by one of them, Austin, right? But I think when he tried to escape and one of them pulled him back, I think that's when he took the weapon of opportunity. Mind you, I think he was sitting down probably, and he probably may have tried to escape, made a run for it by trying to like rise up a little bit. But that's all it takes for you to probably go on the bleachers where the quote unquote poker was and take it back as one of the twins pulled him back. And then that's when the other twin that was punching him, I truly believe that's when he goes and impales himself. So last thing Carmelo sees is just Austin with the thing in his chest, and then he makes his run for it. I think I have a theory on what happened. Now, there's so many people.
What are y'all thoughts about her theory? All right, y'all. Well, I'm going to wrap it up. Hopefully you guys come up here more often because I love to hear you guys talk. And I will see you guys on the next upload, all right? Love y'all. Bye.